joined by Melbourne analyst Trevor Lawson. How you going, Trev?
Good, mate. Good.
So we've got the Valley on tomorrow. Looking at the fields, probably fair to say spring is definitely behind us.
Spring's over, yes, and we're into the little run up to sort of Christmas, where they tend to be sort of smaller fields.
Yeah.
You get the sort of summer horses starting to resume, and then you get the spring horses who, maybe haven't one run too many. So it can be a little bit tricky to negotiate sometimes, but you just try and work your way through it.
You've had a little bit of success this time of year in the past.
Yeah. Generally, once the tracks are good, and they tend to be, it's not as many interstate horses and things like that. So they tend to be the same horses going around. The smaller fields, the map, speed maps, a bit more important, seems to be pretty good.
So you're just looking at the card tomorrow. Race 8 was saying over the Cox Plate course looks half reasonable as a race. Got a Secret Blaze at the top of the market at $3.80 at the moment for the McAvoys. How does your market look?
So I've got Sir Pippin favourite.
Yep.
Slightly longer than the market.
Yep.
And I've got Secret Blaze second pick, but a bit longer than the market. And then I've got Rupture third pick, and I've sort of got it a bit longer. And I've got sort of Mr. Moneybags about what price it is in the market.
Yeah, so you're saying you got Sir Pippin on top, a little bit longer though?
Slightly, yeah. So at the moment it's about $4.60, and I've got it $5 favourite.
Yep.
So yeah, they're 127%. So you'd think it sort of probably would get to $5.
Hopefully it gets out a little bit tomorrow.
Yeah.
And race 7 we're looking at as well, the benchmark 84. Moonee, who's had a pretty good preparation.
Yeah,
pretty short at the moment.
Yeah, she did a good thing for us at Flemington.
Yep.
She, to me, just has a clear class edge on these. She gets in with the claim, so she's pretty competitive. She has, it's only her fourth run back from sort of 98 days off, so she still should be on around the mark or on the way up. She is fairly tractable. The only slight thing is that she's never been to the Valley to race.
Yep.
Whether she may well have worked there, but she's never been there to race. But like her pattern, is to run on. So unless it's a mad leaders track, which I don't think it will be. The rail goes back in the true. Was 5 metres for the last night meeting, so you got 5 metres of clear ground. The only thing tomorrow is that they have sort of predicted some rain.
Yep.
If it rains, the inside tends to sort of get a bit softer, and they can run on, which would sort of suit her. If it doesn't rain, I'm sort of expecting it to play sort of pretty even.
And back at the Valley, track form obviously is something that's pretty important at the Valley. Is it something in general that you pay a lot of attention to?
Yeah, especially don't sort of penalise things that haven't been there, but if things haven't run well there in the past, they tend to be hard on them. It's sort of a bit of a horses for courses, and sometimes Sydney horses can struggle a little bit round there.
Yeah.
But most horses nowadays are sort of, from the better trainers, they've been prepared well, and a lot of them have been there and worked.
And we're just going to go through too. You've made a few additions to your punting, if you like. You've been pretty much focused on the Metros, definitely since you started with Champion Bets, but you're going to expand a little bit and look a little bit more at some of the country meetings as well.
Yeah, so I mean, my database covers the whole of Victoria.
Yep.
But just from a time point of view, I basically just focus mainly on the metro area. But since as was sort of stated on that show on racing.com Wednesday night, since the PAC has come in, the turnover's just dropped dramatically.
Yep.
It has got a lot different. So I just think it's time that in this game, if you don't change and evolve, you just sort of die. So you have to sort of keep. You don't do what you used to do 2 years ago. You don't do what you did 5 years ago. So I think going forward, you're just going to try and cover more ground, and sort of look at more days. So I have all the information there. It's just I like to sort of get my head around the actual form. Sometimes it's the numbers are all there, but sometimes you like to know what's behind the numbers. So it doesn't take too long to sort of catch up with sort of all the form for the out places. There's definitely plenty of value.
Yep.
Excuse me, and the betting fluctuations are sort of greater. So I've sort of got no doubt that I can sort of back the right horses and beat the SP backing the right horses. So it's just a matter of just sort of finding races or finding horses that suit. So you're going from at the moment sort of betting in 2-3 meetings a week of 24 races, 25 races. To all of a sudden you're going to have from Monday it'll be 6 days a week, and there's roughly about 10 meetings, so you've got 80 races to pick from. So you're just sort of expanding your thing, giving yourself a bit more of a chance.
And there's a lot of fairly regular meetings on a weekly basis, so fair few Pakenham meetings on Thursday. And
I think they start now, and Cranbourne Friday nights, and then I think they're nearly every Friday night in January.
Yep.
And the dry tracks, they start racing at Warrnambool a lot this time of year. So a lot of the country tracks are pretty good, and pretty good nick, and it's a good time to bet. As I say, you've sort of got it tends not to be the bias because the tracks are sort of good. So we're sort of looking forward to it. It's just a matter of just covering and getting it all done.
Yeah.
But I sort of worked out a way I can do it. So we'll sort of keep. Nothing will change with the metropolitan meetings, and just hopefully, over as we sort of get going. Like this week, we've had nothing so far, but hopefully, there'll be some races sort of added each day, and we can sort of bet in some more races and get back to sort of betting in, 15 races a week, which is what we were doing, 12 months ago, sort of thing.
Just spreading it out a bit more.
Well, as I say, you just got to, the alternatives are that you find another jurisdiction, but I've already got all the information from Victoria, so there's no point sort of, I don't want to go and bet in Sydney or something like that. Just think you just got to do things a bit different. It's got tighter, the margins have got tighter, the percentages. So you just got to try and get some value for your money.
Sounds good. Nobody's ever got any objections to more betting. So that sounds good.
No, it's betting, it's not betting for the sake of betting, but it's we're just all trying to make money, and it's been hard lately because we have been having a good run since the carnival. I think we're hardly back to loser, but you're not betting on a lot of races, so it's hard. Unless you're having fortunes on them, it's hard to make a lot of money. So if you can sort of cover a bit more ground and add a little bit to it, excuse me, hopefully the profits continue to soar.
Good stuff. All right, well that sounds good. We look forward to that. In the meantime, we're back at the Valley tomorrow, and hopefully find a few winners there. So thanks for your time again today, Trev.
Great, thanks mate. Thanks everyone. Bye.